Hey everyone, my name is Mehul. I'm an entrepreneur, fitness enthusiast, and a sales professional. Today, this is my first time coming in front of camera, like something very long awaited, and something that I was very much looking forward. And today, I'm with my friend, my guide, and my magician, Anamika. She is here. She is very well-known person in the spiritual community. Like I said, she's my guide, and she has been guide to a lot many people. And yeah, there you go, Anamika.
Thank you so much, Mehul, for such a great introduction.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So yes, I'm Anamika. I'm a spiritual healer.
Sure.
I'm a tarot card reader, a Vastu expert. I play with numbers because I believe in the magic of numbers. I totally believe in energy, and our life is governed by energies. It's been more than 12 years I'm into this. I'm a psychic, gifted by the God.
Absolutely.
That where I can sense energies and can just be a part of the energy field wherever I go. So that's what I do, just
Absolutely.
bringing a bit part of my life to help the community.
Absolutely. And you are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
So one of the reasons that we are making this podcast, that which is something very close to about discussing about how femininity and masculinity energy, both they complement to each other. This is something that I have learned within myself lately, and Anamika has really played a big role helping me to discover that side of my soul. And today we're gonna deep dive into some very heavy hitter questions that like no one like to talk about. Now it's time for me as well, like to step up and to uncover and unmask some of the side of how masculinity has been defined in not a good way, where it can be complemented with the feminine energy, and it can be something really wholesome where anyone can have life of abundance. So why men are having so much issues, like why they are not being upfront about their emotions, and what's stopping them to go to someone and ask for help so they can express themselves and they can become the best version? What's happening over here?
Mehul, first of all, I really appreciate
Yeah.
that you really had the courage to come and to
Thank
be
you.
open to, on the journey of healings. Because there is this one taboo that has always been there, and the conditioning that is there in the men's head that,
Absolutely.
oh, you're a boy, you cannot cry. Oh, you're a boy, you cannot stuck on one thing. Oh, you're a boy, you cannot do this, that. And,
sure.
So these things, they have always been there in the psyche of men, where it can be a cultural thing, it can be a societal thing, it can be a family thing, where they're being raised with a kind of conduct in their heads that men do not need healing. Why? Because they are men, they are strong, and when somebody is strong, it really needs a lot of guts to be vulnerable, to be fragile, to put your guards down. So that is a very big challenge. As a healer, I also face, Mehul, because if I really talk about the people who come to me, 90% are women.
Sure.
10% men. I really appreciate them. They just get out of their cocoon and they come to me and they come up for the healing.
Absolutely.
But it really takes a lot of time for them to get out of their cocoon, to understand, to accept that they need healing, and then eventually come to a healer.
Absolutely.
So conditioning is one thing which really makes them paranoid to come to a healer, to be vulnerable.
Sure. And do you think you believe that society has played a bigger role of putting that stigma in men that they are not allowed to express their emotions, because other side that they feel that the society will see them someone as weak and someone who's not masculine? So do you think that somewhere we have gone wrong understanding the real masculinity, because it has been portrayed in very wrong way to most of the men's? Do you believe that?
I do, Mehul, because they always have this fear of being judged.
Sure.
So they always have this fear that if they'll be going to somebody, they'll be vulnerable, they'll be fragile, they'll be judged. That this boy, this man has this issue. They cannot cry, They're always so suppressed, they cannot cry. When women come to me in my healing sessions, I will have my tissue boxes, completely gone away, because they will not shy away from
For
expressing.
sure, for sure.
But with men, it really, really takes a lot of time, because they are not ready to open up because of the fear of being judged. Being a man, being a
Absolutely.
masculine energy.
Absolutely, and this is the one thing I also discovered within myself, because myself I was conditioned in such a way that, like, you're not allowed to show emotions. That kind of particularly understanding about the man has suppressed their emotions, and which has suffocated them, and which have affected them in so many ways. And I think it most hurt them in more in their way of feeling confident, and that's what I felt. And slowly, when I started to open myself and to so many possibilities, then I think just world just became an oyster for me. And from there it just flowed in so many aspects of my life and my entrepreneurship and learning about new things, fitness, and so many things. And once you open that kind of, I would say, third eye, the possibilities are endless.
Yes, they are.
And it just, the door open when you are like totally let your guards down and accept the way you are and be that, and not to be someone else. So that's what have helped me to sculpt the person, or sculpt. And also I'm also person who is always in learning and getting progress. We all get 1% better every day, and that's the goal of the life. So that's the learning is never ending process, and it should be like we should not be even that kind of person that we know everything.
Yeah,
I mean, every
exactly.
day is a new experience.
Mehul, when we're talking about this healing on men, the
Yeah.
funniest part is, like, I was reading a research the other day, and it says that men have most of the heart attacks.
They do.
They are the ones who
Absolutely
have the
they do.
major heart attacks than women. Now, why does that happen? As a healer, I can tell you
Sure.
that when you're not able to express yourself, when you're not able to let go, when you hold your energy,
It piles up.
It piles up. Your
Yeah.
heart chakra gets blocked, and then, of course, there
Yeah.
are chances that you'll have all sort of diseases, and heart attack is the one
That's for
that
sure.
occurs mainly in men than women, because women will come and they'll just share their
100%. Women are very much open to their emotions, and that's the reason that they have more friends. They're open to therapy, and that's where I find like men's have like completely, shut themselves out from the seeking therapy or to talk to someone. It's not only that. Like lately, I have just come to know, like so many of men's have like less friends.
Yes.
They don't go out. They just they just go to work, they come home, and it's the same routine. So, and the biggest biggest reason is that, like, the lack of purpose. So for men, it's just like they become much more masculine and much more alpha when they have something, some purpose in their life, because that's how the man has been transitioning throughout the eras and generations. So, and when man becomes like vulnerable with his emotion, he's not weak. That means he is now open to learn more, and that's a stigma that, like, it has to be changed.
Yes, it has to be. I mean, it's time, because otherwise, world is going out of balance.
Sure.
When we talk about masculine and feminine energy, it's a balance that we need to create.
Of course.
We have both of them. Like, you have feminine aspect as well. You have masculine. I have both. So now here comes the thing. We have to balance both the energies.
Absolutely.
Then only it can be a wholesome life. Then only it can be a productive life. Then only we can do and create really a life worth living. Otherwise, we are just running around doing things, not understanding, not diving deep, and just following a routine. And that is what happening. That is what actually is happening
Absolutely.
with a lot of people and around the world.
100%, ma'am. 100% agree with that. So, ma'am, where do you stand? Where do you stand with this this way of, as well as on the feminine side, where do you see what's making so much difficult for a female to find a right male partner, as well as for a male to find a right female partner? So where is this contradiction?
Okay, Mehul, that's an interesting question, because a lot of youngsters, a
Absolutely.
lot of people, they come to me where they're looking for the right kind of partner
course.
in their life. And when we say right kind of partner, it cannot be one thing that we are aiming at, that A, the person is really earning very well, B, the person is very good looking.
Okay.
We are looking at the wholesome aspect, somebody who can bring some value to our life.
Absolutely.
Somebody who can help us growing and evolving in our life, and then everything follows for sure.
Yeah.
So now when it comes to this thing, like how to find a right partner for
Yeah.
yourself, be it a man or a woman, the first thing that I've just created a video also on that. When you
Yeah.
meet somebody, how your body is responding.
Sure.
Because that is the energy you feel when you come in the energy field of somebody.
Absolutely.
How do you feel? How your body is responding? How your
True.
heart chakra is responding is one thing that you feel. If you're feeling comfortable, you're feeling anxious, and that is one thing that I would really want to tell everybody, that you should make a note of it. When you're meeting somebody for the first time, how do you feel? Because our body is an electromagnetic field. It's an energy field.
Absolutely.
It will always guide you. It will always tell you that there is something right or something wrong that is happening here.
It's the first impression.
It's the first meeting. It
Yeah.
can be the first interaction. Now, we are in the social media world where we are not meeting everybody in person. But even the first chat you're having with somebody, how
Yeah.
you're feeling, how your body is responding.
That's
but now
true.
we are in such a rush of chatting, of meeting, of dating. We will not have a pause to just be with ourselves and to check how we are responding. So
That's
that is
so
one
true.
thing we all need to, always check on.
Absolutely. So do you think this modern dating, so many options available now, swipe left, swipe right, has created this friction between trusting each other?
Definitely, Mehul. It creates a lot of buzz. It can really create a lot of, your dopamine, your body can really
Absolutely.
hit that dopamine. But at the end of the day, what value is it bringing to your life? How you're feeling interacting with somebody,
Sure.
being with somebody.
Sure, 100%, ma'am. No, that's beautifully said, ma'am. And I think at the end of the day, like, you should have someone in your life that helps you to grow, and it's not just on your surface level. And of course, the social media has changed the dynamic mostly on surface level. And that has become such a cold sentiment that, like, there is no kind of like longingness, there's no love, there's no compassion, there's no
light.
there's no
to it.
empathy, there's no light. And then there is this emptiness, there is emptiness, that's like never-ending emptiness, and then you're just chasing. And then you're not, the biggest point that you're missing out here, you're not discovering yourself first. And I think that's how I believe that you have to understand yourself first before jumping into any kind of relationships. Because if you have not figured out yourself, then how are you going to try to figure out the soul that's going to be with you?
True, Mehul. And also as a healer, I would like to bring one thing in viewers' notice, that
Yeah.
we all are energy beings in the physical bodies. We are electromagnetic beings. When you're being with people on energy level, you are definitely absorbing a part of their energy.
Absolutely.
That stays with you. And if you really go closer to somebody, their energy field becomes your energy field for 7 years.
Wow.
For 7 years, you stay with the energy of that person. And when I say energy, it's trauma, it's pain, it's any kind
Everything.
of everything that you're absorbing from that person,
Sure.
it stays. And now you say that you're over with this relationship and you're moving to another one. So you're absorbing another energy. You're absorbing another energy. So by the time you hit 30 in your life, and let's say you've had a couple of relationships where you have absorbed all the energy, so now your whole system is confused. That is why this emptiness hits in.
100%.
So we have to be very cautious whenever we are interacting, whenever we are being close to anybody.
For sure, ma'am. For
one
sure, 100%, ma'am.
That's one of the reasons, Mehul.
Can't agree more with that. Thank you, ma'am. I really, this is something that has been always in my mind, and now it came in words from you. I'm very much thankful for that. Every day I'm learning something new from you, and from the world as well, that from the people that as well I meet every day, and I'm so thankful. So it's very true that when you become yourself, you attract that kind of people. If you start to observe the small pattern, you can easily change yourself. But if you just let it go, you're gonna be the same person that you are right now for like next 5 years. You're not gonna change. And sometimes that's the hard truth, but we need hard hitters sometimes for sure, because I believe that life has its own ways of showing the truth and evolving that person in different ways and in different energies for
For
sure.
sure, Mehul. And this energy, it always has an impact. I'll probably
Yeah.
share a very small story with you.
Yeah.
One of my clients, and she's a woman, she's been coming to me for healings for a couple of months, and she was going through a trauma.
Yeah.
Every time I'm healing her, this woman is not recovering. Every time I'm scanning her energy as a healer, I would feel multiple energies in her aura. Now, I know this woman for a couple of months. I know that she is having one relationship, no other relationship in her life. But why every time I can sense multiple energies in her aura? That is the electromagnetic field. And now we were not able to heal her. So once I asked her, can I see the picture of your partner? Can I really scan the energy of your partner? To which she agreed. And when I scanned the energy of her partner, this person was going to multiple people.
People, of course.
He had multiple partners, and whenever he's coming back to his partner, that is this woman, he's bringing all the energy to her energy field, and that is why she was so confused. She was always feeling so empty, and she could not fathom the reason that why she's not able to be healed. And from that time, then we started doing healing for her partner, clearing his aura. She started getting healed. So that is the impact we bring to our partners, we bring to our family members with whatever energy we are carrying from the outer world.
That's so fascinating, ma'am, and that's so true. But that's a fact that has been never openly discussed, or even never openly acknowledged within the person. Because sometimes people feel that like, oh, we are just having fun. We are just like going out. We are just like, it's just like in blunt way, if I can say, it's just one night stand. And it does do nothing. But you're so right. I think this is also when you go through the multiple bodies, there's this kind of like transaction of energy that you do.
Even
right?
that story today brings goosebumps to me that, I mean, she was carrying the energy unknowingly of her partner, which was impacting.
Absolutely, ma'am. And I think mostly people realize that, but it's hard for them to acknowledge that. And even if they realize that, okay, this is what I'm doing is wrong, but that acknowledgement itself is so much confronting that they just let it slide. And they get into that cycle of doing the same thing. If someone wants to break the cycle, then what should they do? Like,
they should be open. First of all, they should be mindful that what they are doing is not right.
Is this addiction?
It's addiction. It's like a kind of that, as I said, dopamine that hits your
Absolutely.
body. It's like the quick pleasure that you get, quick gratification that you get, and then it becomes addiction, because every time you're being with somebody, their energy field is becoming a part of your energy field. So even if you want or you do not want, you will always succumb there. Like, you will always be kind of addicted to that energy.
Very true.
It's like, having the addiction of smoking. Even if you know it's not good for you, you're just not able to leave it.
100%. No, ma'am, you are so right in that context, and I think the world will become much more better place when people will definitely, acknowledge that side of themselves, and also do a lot of self-reflection, self-accountability of where they stand and what brought them to that position, and how they can change from there if they genuinely want to change in their life.
To be bold enough,
of
to
course.
Be vulnerable enough.
And sometimes you have to go through the bitter truth than a sweet lie, and it can hurt sometimes, but it will lead you to the better parts of the life for sure. And I have lived this, so I can definitely say that. And I'm still, I'm still the student of life. I'm still learning, and there is this never-ending process. And again, I'm thankful, and I have like full gratitude towards what comes in my way. And yeah, moving on to the next question, ma'am. Like one thing like lately came into my attention that like I meet so many high achievers, ambitious people, and they have this kind of personality that they deserve more, right? And also, there's nothing wrong in that. But do you think that like having that kind of um, mask, or like that kind of guard, or like being successful, or like they're doing good, and the expectations they have towards their partner is something that is very kind of like, I don't know if the toxic is the right word, or like over expectations? Is this something that it just builds up automatically when someone jumps the ladder in their life in terms of success? Then why their expectations go so high?
Yeah, Mehul, it's a very beautiful thing you brought up. That every time when
Yeah.
we are expecting a lot from the other person,
Yeah.
it says a lot about you.
Sure.
Because a fulfilled person, the one who is really fulfilled in their own life, they will always support, or they will always grow with the other person. They will never be those energy vampires that we call them.
Absolutely.
That they are going to,
Energy
take up-
vampires.
Yeah, energy vampires. So they're not going to suck the energy out of you
Absolutely,
in any
yeah.
of the form. It can be
That's true.
financial, physical, emotional.
Yeah.
So once my cup is full, it is always going to overflow. But when it is empty, I'll try to pour your green tea in my cup.
Absolutely.
And that's what everybody is doing these days.
That's
All
so
these
true.
partners.
That's so true. They're draining out the energy from each other, and that, like, of course, like, and this is something that even I personally have experienced by myself as well, in so many ways. And I realized the best way to not to avoid, but just to close yourself in such a way that like there is no harm on the both the sides. That means that you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting the other person, and just like trying to build that wall in most respectable way, and just like choosing yourself first. Because I think at the end of the day, if you're choosing yourself first, then you are on the path of becoming the best version for yourself, because you are choosing yourself, and you're like blocking all that negative energy, or whatever like is hindering your existence. You are just saying no, and you're just choosing yourself above everything, which is the most beautiful thing. So that's very beautiful said, ma'am. And I think that's again one of the most important note that I need to have within myself for sure. Yeah, and another thing that, ma'am, I have learned lately about one of my friend was just like talking to me that hey bro, you know what, I'm like I'm just been seeing this girl, we kick off in a very good way, and then again like because I feel like really she is very big in her industry, like she's very successful, and I feel less, and like, and she also, he says me that he sees some masculine side of her. So is it true, ma'am, that like when woman is more successful, she opts that masculine side, and if the guy is not that much successful, he opts the feminine side?
Okay, Mehul. So it doesn't depend on person to person, because
Okay.
as an individual, as a soul,
Okay.
we have both the energies. Like
Sure.
you have got masculine and feminine energy, both.
Absolutely.
I've got that both. Now, what happens is sometimes in our life, that is what the energy imbalance is, and that is why people come for healings as well. What happens when your masculine side is too much overpowering your feminine side?
Yeah.
A, you're going to be you'll try to be an alpha man.
Absolutely.
B, you will always try to be a provider. C, you will have less of compassion now, because that comes from the feminine energy, that nurturing energy,
For sure.
that compassion, that empathy.
That's
so
true.
here is the thing, when you say that when a woman is successful, she has more of masculine energy, yes, that's true. But in that case also, here comes again the role of healing. When you go inside and when you have that knowledge and when you have that awareness, where to be a masculine energy, to be in that masculine energy, and where to be in that feminine energy, where you can be a nurturer, where you can be compassionate, where you can be empathetic. That is why compassion and empathy, that is one thing which is very sad to say,
Yeah.
that is kind of, disappearing from the human emotions, because people are becoming more robotic, in the sense masculine energy is too overpowering to a feminine energy.
Sure.
That we are just in that rut race of earning, achieving, and just being there out in the world. So the balance needs to be created, be it a man or a woman. If a man is there, like for an example, a man
Yeah.
comes to me for healings.
Yeah.
Now, when I scan his energy,
Yeah.
his heart chakra is wide open than the heart chakra of his wife, right? And if I talk about his wife, her crown chakra is way more open than her husband. So that is where the energy imbalance is. But now both of them are working on their selves
Sure.
and on each other to create that.
So, ma'am, recently I have a friend who came to see me. He is in relationship from last 5 years, and they, husband and wife, both have like this power issue, right? They cannot agree on one single point, but yet they don't want to be separated. And I have asked my friend, I don't, it is personal life, but like lately he came to me and he opened himself up, and he told me that, Mehul, now I have to make a decision because we can't go like this whole life. It's been 5 years, right? And what I'm sensing is that like she's not understanding me and I'm not understanding her as well. It's both ways. And at some point that we also give break to each other, but we cannot stay together for a long time. So I don't know, is this addiction or where we are lacking? And sometimes I feel so much overpowered by her as well. And sometimes she feels that I'm not doing enough. What is this imbalance? So, ma'am, what do you think that what would be the common issue in this?
Mehul, I read something very beautiful the other day. It says like two half people cannot complete each other.
Absolutely.
So here comes the thing, like when this guy, the friend of yours, he comes with this issue that sometimes he feels that he's being kind of controlled or being overpowered by his wife or his partner.
Sure.
So what happens is, Mehul, like when we go back to the inner child healing, so probably now there can be a couple of issues this woman must have faced during her childhood.
Sure.
She might have got abandoned. She might have felt left out. She might have felt ignored or sometimes disrespected by the family, by the
Absolutely.
society. And now here comes the urge to prove yourself that I am the best, even if there is nobody to, appreciate me, even if there is nobody who can really see the qualities in me, I will do everything to prove myself.
That's so true.
So here is the thing, like this woman definitely needs to go back to her childhood. They can always go for the inner child healing, where she can just like, it can be a practice they can do every day for 5 minutes.
For sure.
She can just close her eyes. She can visualize herself when she was 6 or 7 years old. How did she feel at that time? And now she can tell her inner child that even if at that time you felt abandoned, you felt alone, but today I'm an adult, I'm grown up, I'm there to take care of you.
Absolutely.
And Mehul, trust me, this kind of healing really work for people.
100%.
So that now this woman, even being ambitious, she doesn't burn out herself,
Yeah.
she doesn't lose her feminine side, and she doesn't become controlling, because that's being toxic then.
That's so true, ma'am. That's so true. And I think it applies to the men's as well.
Yes.
And when I say about the men's, it's also like they had to understand their inner boy, and they had to understand that they had to be playful as well, and they had to very like just loosen up And when you just don't hold on to that toughness, and you just let it go, you attract the femininity at its most. And I find it so much fascinating because, like, if I it's just my own personal experience that, like, when I just be playful and I just like be that child, I feel that, like, that, like, yeah, you just attract like this mysteriousness or something like that. And you realize that, like, you acted just like a boy. And and that has eased up the whole situation.
That
And
inner child needs healing. Even a
100%.
boy or a girl, a
100%.
man or a woman. And also, Mehul, when it comes to men, especially, I was watching a video or that day
Yeah.
where it was so uncomfortable for a boy to hug his own father.
Yeah.
That is such an issue, because when it comes to expression of energy or love, being a boy, being a man, they're always so hesitant, even being just little close or showing their gesture,
sure.
even to their loved ones. They're always like this, their energy is stiff. And there comes the imbalance of being into that feminine energy.
That's so
because
true,
feminine
man.
energy is expressive. So they need to learn how to express their emotions in every possible way.
So, ma'am, this is something very close to me, and a journey of healing. For men, how do they explore the channels, if and they are not able to find the channels, and even they don't know how to find that? So, what practice they should do within themselves that helps them to heal by themselves, or is something, or some kind of practice or ritual? For me, one of the thing that has always hold me up, which was channeling my energy into something physical, like going to gym, doing something something productive, and just like distracting myself or creating something. But again, that was just suppressing my you can say trauma, or my depression or my anxiety at that time. Because I was not so open about the healing process.
True, Mehul.
So
In the beginning of the conversation, we had this thing that,
yeah.
first of all, they need to identify that they have this thing. There is some issue or there is some energy balance. They need to identify, and the second step is definitely to reach out
Sure.
to somebody for help. They should
Absolutely.
not shy away. They should not put their guards up. They should be fragile. They should be, and I know it takes a lot of courage. I understand it as a healer.
Yeah.
So you should never refrain yourself from seeking out help, going out for help to somebody, and then only you can start with the process of healing.
Sure.
Now, coming back to this thing, like when you said like you used to go and hit the gym and things like that, so definitely you are somewhere channeling your energy in the physical form, but then you are not replacing it with something which your system needs.
That's very true.
It's
That's
just like
very
you're burning out, but you're not refilling it up. So again, the role of healing comes in there. You can start with yoga practices. You can start
Meditation.
with meditations. You can do pranayama. There are so many practices, so many good channels out there. My channel is one of them for sure. So where you can go, you can reach
Absolutely.
out, and you can learn how to balance your energy.
Absolutely,
That's
ma'am.
so important.
Absolutely. No, that's a wonderful takeaway, ma'am. And that's for, and I think it's also backs up with like being consistent, being disciplined. It's not just one-off thing.
Yes.
I'm a big believer in being consistent and being very much disciplined when it comes to that kind of practices. And it's also it also makes you it also makes you better person every day, because you see the results, and now you are so much now you're so much driven. I would not say you're so much motivated, because motivation comes and go.
Yeah.
Because it's just a feeling. So you become so much driven, and it flows to your all other prospects of your life. And definitely you can become the best version when you be consistent, for sure, in life. And man, that being said, another thing.
I would like to add one thing here,
Absolutely, go
Mehul.
ahead, ma'am.
You know, when it comes to healing, as I always say,
Sure.
that you need to identify. Also, I want to say one thing here on this platform.
Mm-hmm.
When people say that healing is some fancy thing, you know,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to a healer, oh, I have a personal healer. I want to tell this to everybody. Healing is a messy process. You really have to put your guards down. You really have
Absolutely.
to unwind. You should be ready to unlearn to the new process of learning.
Sure.
It takes time. It is a very messy process. It is not some fancy term that we are going to healings, we are going to these practices. Be open to unlearn. Be open to put your guards down and then to refill it with something which is worthwhile, which is more beautiful, which is more divine.
Absolutely, ma'am. And it also comes down to that how bad you want this transformation in your life. Do you want to be the same person that you are today? Or do you want to change for something better? You know, and again, it goes back to the purpose part, that if you don't have purpose and it like you're just living the life that wherever it will take you,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna drift. And this is how I've been building. Sometimes, like, you know, I become so much complacent as well with myself. Then again, I realize that, you know, like, you have to not be, I would not use the word tough, but you have to also give an effort to everything. Everything means that nothing happens by itself. Even the process of healing, it has to first, you have to believe that healing, you have to have the belief. You have to have the belief in that process. You have to have belief within yourself, and you have to stick to it. And once you do that, it always compounds. Everything is compounding effect. And when it compounds, the results always show, because nothing comes overnight. Nothing comes overnight. You can't build the body overnight. You can't lose the weight overnight. Nothing comes overnight. So it's a process. It's a process that tests your patience, and at the end of the tunnel, there's always a light for sure. So, and I'm a huge believer. I always operate on the most fundamental quality of faith. So you should have faith. It's sometimes it's so much philosophical. We hear from so many motivational speakers or like YouTube motivational videos and all that. It's all bogus. But the thing is that that quality is just within you, and no one can find that for you because it comes within you. So you are the one who can control it, and you are the one who can just, you know, multiply with so many things that, you know, it will just flow in your life in so many ways that you will have the abundance for sure.
So true.
So that's the thing, ma'am. And yeah, ma'am, I have so many, you know, I had gone through so many beautiful roads in my healing journey when I have become so much open. And that's the world that I'm looking forward to be in.
For sure.
And for sure, you know, like, I meet so many men at my businesses as well. Just simple smile, just simple say, you know, just not a formality. Just saying that, how are you doing? Like, you know, the person that they appreciate the gesture so much, because you don't know what they are going through, how their day has been, and what they are going currently. And like, it's so much mesmerizing that when you just think that, like, you know, you have been gone through the painful process of your life, but there are so many people that who are into that same situation or maybe worse. Just a gesture of like being kind, it really goes all the way out.
Yeah,
you
because
know.
the inner child in them feels noticed.
Yeah, of course.
Like it's like a boy in a class or a girl in a class,
Yeah.
and the teacher calls them that, hey, you are the one. How
Yeah.
are you doing? They feel special. They
That's very
feel
true.
being noticed.
Absolutely.
And that's where the elation comes. Then
100%,
they feel
ma'am.
joyful about it.
100%. And ma'am, like, you know, lately I had also this kind of question, that, like, you know, when two spiritual aligned souls, when they meet each other, what kind of union is this, and what are the signs, and how do we know that exactly these are that's the soul that I want to spend my life with. And because for so many people that I have seen lately, that it's just a switch. I mean, there is no judgment, there is no past, there is no present. It's just that this is my person and that's it. And when I ask these people that, like, what happened, like, I just saw her and I just see him and he's my person.
Yeah.
So that kind of like thing, that kind of like it put me to so much of being surprised that, like, how someone can decide that, like, that person is that person that they have been waiting. What are the signs that you see?
As I said, Mehul, the first sign your body will feel.
Yeah,
Now, the second thing is, as we said, that healing is a messy process.
it
Same
is.
way, if a right person is there in your life, now
Yeah.
this person is going to touch those gray areas of your life which need light and healing.
For sure.
Like, for example, you're not going to gym, and now here is your partner who is always nudging you. You know what, Mehul, you need to get up, you need to go to gym.
That's true.
And now you just say, shut up to this person, you just shut off to this person. This relationship is not going to go anywhere. When two people are together and they're helping each other to be out of their comfort zones,
Yeah.
to grow and evolve, not to control the other person. Now, here is the thing, and that needs to be, taken care of.
Sure.
Why we are telling the other person to go to the gym or to go to meditation for anything? Is it out of control or is it out of compassion? You really want good for your partner, or you're just saying it so that you feel empowered there, you feel that you are in charge. So the intention behind.
Intention matters for
the
sure.
intent behind.
Intent behind.
Always.
I think intent is most. It's most driving factor of most of the things for sure,
Yes, for sure.
in life. I mean, intention is the beginning of everything. Every approach that we made in life for sure. And you're so right, ma'am, about
And
that.
then when you be with this person, Mehul, eventually, if you're growing, every day you feel that, if not every day, every month, you feel that there is something in me which is shifting, which is elevating, where I'm growing, then definitely stick to that person.
That's so true.
And then again, that's not going to be easy, but for sure, both of you or these people, they can grow together, they can evolve together to have a wholesome life,
Sure.
coming back to masculine and feminine energy.
That's very true. 100%, man, can't agree with whatever you say. 100% with that. So, because this is what I personally feel as well, my way of thinking is also like that. First, you can become wholesome when you know yourself better, and the life becomes so easy and so much with abundance that then it's just like, we're just like living it. There is no stress, there is no anxiety, there is no judgment, and there is no fear of being like, what other person is going. It just like happens by itself, and it's very easy. So, ma'am, my last question. I want to know, ma'am, like what would be that one single quality of being masculine, and one single of being feminine, that will complement to each other and that would bring two person together.
So one quality, like, though it is very difficult because there are
Many for
here.
sure, but that just one triggering quality. What would you say? Like,
I would say that when both of them have
Yeah.
this quotient in their mind, in their heart,
Okay.
that they want to empower each other
That's so true.
in their areas. Like, man can be one person who can be strengthened a lot, and now he wants his woman to be strengthened too.
Absolutely.
And the woman can be a nurturer, and now she wants her man to be a nurturer too. So
That's
these
so
two
true.
qualities at the same time, imbibing these qualities and inculcating these qualities in your partner.
That's very true. I guess empowerment is the word.
Yes.
Yeah, you should empower each other in most being masculine or being feminine. Like, man and woman should be doing that. And also, at the end of the day, when they have family, of course, kids are always, they're gonna look up to their parents, and they say that this is how my parents lead their life, and it just flows on. So Anamika, it was really nice to have you today, and love this conversation. This was the most awaited conversation. For how long we have been waiting for this? Like
For a year, I guess.
for a year, guys, for a year. So like this timing, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere, and like we decided to do this, that we need to like talk about this, and finally, we are here. So Anamika, like as men's, like as I said, they have trouble in opening, with their healing process, and like me, I had gone tremendous amount of guidance from you. So guys, I have my person in front of me, and I think it should be the go-to person as well. If you guys are, thinking to start your healing process or healing journey, that's the best person to reach out, and the best page to reach out is Energy Healing by Anamika at Instagram. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach her out. If you guys have any questions for me, I'm always open. You can, like DM me. It's Mehul Bambani on Instagram. So I'm always open to hear you guys, and always welcome. Thank you.